Hello, Iris J here with Madrona's Pulse Teachings. Happy New Year. When you're watching this, it could be just before New Year's or it could be a few days after, but whenever you're watching this, wherever you are, I am sending you Happy New Year vibes carrying us into 2024. I have no idea how 2023 went so quickly, but here we are. I am making this video on Pluto, one of my favorite archetypes to chat about, transiting Pluto, because transiting Pluto is really important to the start that's carrying us into 2024. I'm going to do like the shortest recap on what's happening with Pluto because I have lots of videos on Pluto. I'll link some of them below. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I talk about astrology and spirituality and healing in these interwoven collective co-creative journeys that all of us are on. Please do subscribe if it's your first time. It really helps these smaller channels do our thing. And also, I just want to, folks that have been listening to me for a little while now, I just want to thank you with such a bursting open heart of joy. I love astrology and I love the way that it can support us and connect us. And to folks that have also jumped into Patreon, thank you to you as well. I am so looking forward to growing that space with you, but I am also just filled with gratitude as I am moving through my own journey as an astrologer and getting to meet so many incredible people. It's just wonderful. And on that note, 2024, Pluto. So Pluto is in this period of great flux. Pluto moves so slowly. It is the farthest out archetype object that we work with in astrology. I practice evolutionary astrology. Pluto is really important when we're talking about individual soul journeys, collective soul journeys. It is literally part of the soul drive in our own individual journeys, evolutionary wise, but also in terms of the collective paradigms that are shifting and what's evolving and transforming in the human collective from this earthly perspective. And Pluto, we've been working with this Pluto shift from Capricorn into Aquarius. And so we are entering the end of that shift. So Pluto is shifting from the sign of Capricorn, earth energy, social systems, how we organize boundaries, how we structure meaning in our human societies on this earthly plane, into Aquarius, air energy, the energy of the collective, the energy of radical evolutionary jumps, of actually creating social paradigms that allow justice to manifest instead of keeping a very, very small number of people in power. And there's a lot more I could say about Aquarius, but what I really want to talk about is how this energy is shifting with us into 2024, because it's a very significant change, okay? So on January 20th, Pluto will transition into the sign of Aquarius. So this is really soon into the new year. Pluto is at the 29th degree of Capricorn. It is direct. It is really significant if you have any placements at the 29th or 0 to 1st degree of Aquarius. Okay, so 29th of Capricorn or into that 1st degree of Aquarius. That could also be the 29th degree of Cancer, 29th degree of Libra or Aries, because there's this collective shift, and then there's also that individual shift that's going on with folks that have transits coming up right now. And that could be a planet, that could be an angle. And for all of us, we're moving into 2024 with this massive shift into the realm of the collective, the realm of actual justice making, the realm of, a lot of people talk about Aquarius and technology. Yes, this is technology. There's also a lot of shadow that will come up with Pluto shifting into Aquarius and technology. The idea being that this wants to be technology that is ideally being used for the collective evolution that is supporting higher mind consciousness. Supporting higher mind consciousness. I wish I could just dangle my phone in front and say that this is not always supporting higher mind consciousness. The way that we can actually become the medium, the way that we can forget that the cell phone and social media are tools and they can actually begin structuring our consciousness and reality. There's probably going to be quite a bit of shadow of that happening. Yet ultimately, there wants to be a use of technology that's also allowing us to connect the way that we are connecting right now in these digital spheres through YouTube, allowing transformations to occur, allowing evolutionary higher consciousness energy to come in. And so this is a massive shift that's happening just as we come into 2024. And this is our last year of it. So let me just give you the dates that we're working with, okay? So January, we come into Aquarius. Then Pluto will station retrograde May 2nd, and it will be at 2 degrees and 6 minutes of Aquarius. It will station retrograde. It will start going from our perspective here on Earth. It will look like Pluto is moving backwards. In reality, it is not, but astrology is about understanding and co-creating with our experience here on Earth in relation to the cosmos and the archetypal energies. It will move back, and then on September, it will move back into Capricorn. It will go back into 29 degrees, 38 minutes of Capricorn. And then on September 1st, it will station direct. So September 1st, 2024 is going to be that final shift of the tectonic plates of Pluto soul energy stationing direct. And then in November, on November 19th, it moves into Aquarius. And then it is in Aquarius for the next 20 years. And we will have completed individually and collectively that journey of working with Pluto and Capricorn. And so some of the energy, just to have this in mind as we're moving through these first 3 weeks of 2024, in addition to this, Chiron has just stationed direct. Jupiter stations direct the day that I'm making this video. Mercury, a smaller cycle, but still Mercury stations direct right when we enter 2024. So there's all of this energy that is of changing momentums. The thing to keep in mind, however, is that when we talk about Pluto, we are talking about the depths of experience, the depths of soul drive. We are talking about the evolution of a species, the evolution of our own individual journey. We are talking about the transformation of wounds. We are talking about evolution of those wounds. It can be tender, it can be confusing. And the other thing is to understand is that Pluto is such a depth of experience. Sometimes it's felt. Sometimes it is not able to just be translated into cognitive thought. Now, it's moving into Aquarius, which is an air sign. Aquarius likes cognitive thought. Aquarius likes bringing words to experience. It's also an incredibly visionary energy. It works in sudden downloads. It can bring us just this understanding that then we actually have to spend some time as in this human mind trying to understand. We also want to be very mindful of our nervous systems, especially if you have something at that 29th threshold degree mark. Aquarius is part of the air energy that is working with our nervous system. And as Pluto is shifting signs and as we're getting accustomed to the new rhythms of working with this kind of tectonic shift of soul drive, it's important to take care of the nervous system and just ground And again, that's especially if you have placements there or angles there, just because you might be feeling it. You might be feeling these shifts that we're all going through. And just given how many shifts and changing of momentums there are with this shift into 2024, doing a little extra grounding practice might just be helpful to keep us moving and not, Jupiter is a ton of energy and it's gestation direct. And so that can be a lot, and that's in the body, it's in Taurus. And so again, just whatever practices for you help keep you grounded. And so this is just what I wanted to say, very briefly, as we're moving into 2024, that we can be really mindful of feeling into how that Plutonic energy is shifting, and we're going to see it in the collective, and we're going to see it and feel it in our own lives. And this is part of a much, much bigger cycle that astrology helps us to co-create and have language to imagine with and manifest in our own lives. And with that, I bid you Happy New Year and be well.